Hello and welcome back to your 30-day yoga journey, Spring Awakening. We are on day 26. I am super excited about this practice today. We have a practice called Prana in motion. So obviously this week we've been talking a lot about the breath, and we had our practice recently, pranayama potion, where the practice of pranayama is the practice of playing with the breath. And so today we're going to go one step further and do prana in motion. So prana is this life force. That is literally what prana means. And so today we're going to have a pretty energizing practice where we really circulate the prana throughout the body. So you should be feeling really good, really energized after this flow. And hopefully you have a little bit of fun. There's some, sun salutations, so some kind of ordinary practice elements in the flow today, but I'm also putting in some fun transitions, as well as we're going to play and actually begin with a breath of joy today. So we are going to begin standing up. You might want 2 blocks at the top of your yoga mat today. So grab what you need. Always, all props are welcome. You never know what the practice or your body will ask for today. And so just to actually demo for you, you can start standing at the top of your yoga mat, but I'm going to stand in front of you. We're going to begin in Tadasana. So let's have our feet hip distance apart and begin connecting to your breath. You can keep the eyes open. Maybe the gaze just softens a little bit. Maybe you take a nice deep breath in and maybe notice if the breath feels stuck anywhere. Maybe you connect to a mantra or set an intention here. Like I said, we have a very energizing, fluid practice. A very feel-good flow. This whole week, I feel like it's just a bunch of feel-good flows. I've been really enjoying it, so I hope you have too. And so we are going to do breath of joy. And so what that looks like, it kind of looks like you're doing like an orchestra. So when you inhale, you're actually going to inhale 3 times. So you're going to inhale, lift your arms up and overhead, inhale, lift them out wide, side to side, and then you're going to inhale one more time, reaching your hands up and over, and then you're going to do a big exhale as you melt your belly towards your thighs and allow your hands to like basically swing up and overhead. So when you go, at a normal speed, it kind of sounds like those 3 breaths in is a lot, but it kind of goes fast, so it feels good. It's going to sound and look like this. So you do it in a pretty quick motion and connecting to your own breath and your own rhythm. Let's do about 5 on our own. So when you're ready, find your feet hip distance apart at the top of your yoga mat, and let's do about 5 breath of joys. All right, begin. Last one. And then when you're down, allow your hands to come down towards the yoga mat, finding a forward fold. Maybe that was your first time doing breath of joy. Oh, it's such a good way to start the day. If you really enjoyed it, you can obviously do more than 5 rounds. If you ever kind of feel groggy, or maybe like you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, that is one of my favorite things to do, that and those spinal rinses. So enjoying your forward fold here, melting your belly towards your thighs. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. Allowing the blood to rush opposite directions. Some fresh breath and fresh blood to the brain. And then when you're ready, slowly roll up back into your Tadasana, hands gently at your sides, or they can come to heart center. We're going to run through a couple sun salutations just to warm up the body. So you can move your feet together or keep them hip distance apart. I do not mind. But when you're ready, let's inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Then exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, that back position. Exhale, step, float your way back into a plank and flow your way through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, down dog. Let's find stillness for 3 breaths. So inhale for 1, for 2, and for 3. Make your way back to the top of the yoga mat. Inhale, create space. Exhale, fold. Root to rise as you reach your fingertips up towards the sky. And then exhale, float your fingertips down. Tadasana. Another one just like that. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Hinge at the hips as you fold over, forward fold. Inhale, create space. Exhale, plant the palms, step, hop, float your way back, flow through your vinyasa. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Finding stillness once again for those 3 breaths. Inhale for 1. For 2. And for 3. All right, make your way to the top. When you get there, find your half back, creating some space. Exhale, fold. Root to rise as you make your way back to your Tadasana. All right, inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back, and float through your vinyasa. This time, when you get to your downward facing dog, drop your left heel, reach your right heel towards the sky for a 3-legged dog. Check your alignment, collect your bearings. Option 2, find that open hip variation if that feels good. Maybe you do some hip circles. 3 breaths here. Then when you're ready, step that right foot in and through, finding a high lunge. So inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. And then exhale, straighten that front leg, plant that back heel, and let your fingertips float up and over behind you once again. And then inhale, find your lunge, reaching your hands up towards the sky. Then exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back, and flow through your vinyasa. Where we'll all meet back in a downward facing dog. And we'll take that to the other side. So plant your right heel, lift your left heel up towards the sky for your 3-legged dog. 3 breaths here, keeping your ears in line with your shoulders, coming to find an open hip variation if that feels good. Maybe you take those hip circles if you took them on the other side. Staying connected to your breath, moving that beautiful prana throughout the body. Then step that left foot up towards the top of the mat. Find your lunge, reaching your fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, straighten that front leg and allow those hands to come up and over behind you. Then inhale, find your lunge. Once again, reaching those fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, float your fingertips down, frame the foot, step it back, and flow through your vinyasa. Making your way back to a downward facing dog. All right. Let's take 3 breaths here. From here, let's plant our left heel, reach our right heel towards the sky, and then bring it in to create a figure 4 in your downward dog. So do some flexing and pointing of that right foot. And then if you bend in your left leg and press away from your yoga mat with your upper body, you should get a beautiful stretch in that right side glute and lower back. So play around here a little bit, melting your belly towards your thighs. And then with that figure 4 staying exactly as it is, come down to your knees. So we're in a figure 4 tabletop. What? Crazy. Let's find some cat-cows. So inhaling, dropping the belly. Exhale, curl the spine, tuck the chin towards the chest. Maybe finding some hip circles if that feels good. And then from here, bring that right knee behind your right palm and come to find your right side pigeon. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Active energy in both feet, pressing into the yoga mat. Maybe you take some of those pulses again just to feel that active prana, that energy, that life force. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, melt them down. Come onto your left hand and reach up and over, finding a side body stretch towards the left. Come back to center and take it to the other side. One more on each side here, taking a side body stretch towards the left. Then we're going to take it to the right. And next time, as you're on your right palm, lean into that right leg and bring your left leg and swing it all the way towards the front of your mat. Take a look at the screen if you need to, and plant that left palm down. And so we're going to transition to a standing split. So the transition is going to look like this. We're going to frame that left foot and kick our right leg up as high as we can. If that transition is a little tricky, you can't seem to get that strength or momentum, you can kind of rock your way to it or find a transition that feels good for you. Maybe you just bring your feet together and kick it back. So bringing that left foot in front, finding your way to the standing split. Hands can come to blocks or to the earth. Bring your hands to heart center as you come to find Tadasana once again at the top of your yoga mat. All right, we've got another breath of joy balancing flow that I created. So it's going to look like this. We're going to inhale, come into a one-legged Tadasana with the right leg out in front of you. Inhale again, coming into like this star shape, hands up and overhead out wide, and then your right leg's going to come to the side. Inhale again, coming to that one-legged Tadasana, and then we're going to exhale it to warrior 3. So if you get a little confused, don't worry about it. But when you're ready, we're going to start, like I said, with the right leg coming out first. So we're going to be balancing on our left foot. So here we go. Inhale, up, out, up, warrior 3. 2 more just like that. So inhale, 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 warrior 3. Last one. Inhale, up, out, up, Warrior 3. And then you're going to allow your hands to come to the mat, step that right foot back, coming into a lunge for a moment here. Plant your right palm and bring your left foot up and over, finding wild thing for a breath. Nice open expansion. And then unravel, coming to find plank and flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Take a few breaths here to either catch up, catch your breath, enjoy some stillness. So good. All right, when you're ready, plant your right heel and bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh, coming into the figure 4 now on your left side. So taking some breaths to explore here, either pointing and flexing that left foot, taking a deep bend in the knees and hinging at your hips to get that big stretch in the lower body and your glutes. And then lower your knees, coming back into that tabletop position, and take some more cat-cows. So inhale, drop the belly, open your chest. Exhale, curl the spine, tuck your chin. Find what feels good in your body today. And then when you're ready, bring that left leg up into your left side pigeon. And when you're ready, reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Maybe find a slight back bend. And then exhale, bring your hands to your sides. And we'll take those side body stretches. So leaning on towards your right palm, reach up and overhead, finding a side body stretch towards the right. Then taking it to the other side. One more on each side. And then when you are on that left side, once again, lean into your left butt cheek and bring your right foot towards the top of the mat, planting it in front of you and coming to find the standing split once again. Hands can come to blocks, or once again, just keep them on the floor. Kicking that foot as high as you can. Nice open hip variation for our standing split. And then bring your hands to your heart and make your wobbly way back to your Tadasana, where we're going to take those balancing breath of joys 3 times whenever you're ready. So inhale, we're going to balance on our right leg now, kicking that left foot up, out, up, back. Inhale, 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 exhale. So here we go. Warrior 3. Woo! Inhale, inhale, inhale. Warrior 3. Up, out, up. Warrior 3. Wow, this side was so much more wobbly for me. And then from your Warrior 3, step it back into a lunge for a moment. Plant your left palm and bring your right heel and leg up and over, coming to find your wild thing. Listen carefully. From our wild thing, we're going to lower all the way down and find Navasana. So either keeping your legs at a 90-degree angle, or maybe you grab your big toe and see if you can extend your legs, keeping those shoulders in and down in your Navasana. Maybe you surprise yourself. Surprise, surprise, I have another little flow for us to do, but we are coming to the close of our practice, so try to have some fun and don't give up. We're almost done. So the flow is going to be just 3 postures. We're going to be coming to Navasana, planting your hands and your feet to come into reverse table, to come down to Navasana for a moment, and then come into a seated forward fold. We're going to do that. Connect to your breath. You can hold, like you can do a whole breath rotation, so a whole inhale and exhale in each pose. So let's aim for like 3 to 5, but staying connected to your breath. So maybe you inhale, exhale, inhale, and then take a whole breath cycle. But do a few on your own, staying connected to your breath. So Navasana, reverse table, Navasana, forward fold. Roll up to your Navasana, reverse table, Navasana, and forward fold. Navasana, reverse table, Navasana, forward fold. On your final forward fold, allow your knees to have a generous bend and allow your head to drop heavy. Stay there for a couple extra breaths. Maybe notice how you feel. Maybe you got a little sweaty today. Maybe you showed up feeling pretty tired or, just groggy. Maybe you just feel energized and awake. No judgment, just becoming an observer. All right, slowly roll up. I do recommend grabbing a block. We're gonna end today with a very, not very long, that sounds daunting, with a nice hold in a wide-legged fold. So bringing your legs out wide, 2 blocks, 1 block, depends. Sometimes sitting on a block can be really nice in this posture, especially if you find yourself rounding your spine. This can be a really nice place to be as you fold forward. And you can also sit up on a blanket or a towel too. You can also use the block to bring the earth towards you. So this is a really nice place to be, kind of letting your hands, the palms face upward a little bit. Remembering that when we're in our wide-legged fold, that our legs are in an external rotation. So your toes will be pointing outwardly, not inwardly. I don't even think I can do that anymore. So external rotation, just a couple minutes here. So find a position where you can kind of sit and breathe in a comfortable space for a time being. I've got the clock. There's nothing for you to do, nothing for you to worry about. Close your eyes. Notice how you feel. Maybe you rock your head on the block where your brow is, gently side to side, getting a nice little massage. If you're super open and can totally pancake, go for it. Relish, enjoy. Coming into this open posture, coming back to this opening, open energy. We built a lot of beautiful prana today. I really enjoyed that flow. I really enjoyed sequencing it. Coming back to any intention or mantra. Giving thanks or possibly saying a little prayer. Maybe you notice any sounds around you, especially with spring. Things start heating up. People start coming out, birds, or noises. Allowing your breath to come back to a natural rhythm, letting go of any pranayama you may have been working with. Then, when you're ready, slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat. I personally love that posture. I'm not the most open. A lot of people, me included, let's be honest, I'm not perfect. Um, like just try to get as low as you can go. But when you truly embrace like where you're at, especially with the block, and it doesn't matter how high or low you are, and you just find that sweet spot, I feel like I could just chill there for 10 or 20 minutes. So if that's been feeling really good for you, you can ignore me. You can just stay there and pause the video because the video is coming to its sweet, sweet end. So, coming to find a comfortable seat, maybe you find yourself in a child's pose, maybe you find a little bit of a rebound since we kind of held more of like a yin like posture there. It can feel really good to bring your legs together. So, a balasana, or maybe just coming into a hero's pose here. We haven't really talked about yin at all, but there will be a yin video on my page eventually after Spring Awakening. I'm very excited to make some content after this journey. The content will keep coming, a new video every week, so no need to worry about that. But when we talk about rebound postures, there's no right or wrong. So that's kind of the beauty. So after you hold the posture for, 3 to 5 minutes, you find a rebound and you just listen to your body. So there's no right or wrong right now, but finding a seat that feels good so we can close our practice together. Maybe bring your hands to your heart or allow them to gently lie in their lap. Well, your lap. And let's seal our practice with one more big releasing breath in through the nose, and feel free to let it out through the mouth through a sigh, maybe make it audible. So inhale, and then exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed that practice and um, our week of expansion, breath, and air energy. I love working with the air element. Honestly, all the elements have so much wonderful attributes to them. So I hope you've been enjoying the little exploration in our journey. Share it with anyone who you think might be interested or might enjoy this kind of series. It's almost over. I can't believe it. Day 26. But I'll see you tomorrow for day 27. Thank you so much. I will see you then.